if you're focused as a leader for your organization on activities as opposed to results, I think you're going to get through
100%.
this. It's activities and attitude. Those are the two things that you can control. Everything else is outside of your control. You just have to deal with it.
Welcome to the Strategy with Jason podcast. Tune in for everything you need to know to stay in the know regarding the automotive industry. Here's your host, Jason Harris.
Just the current state of our people, our process, and our technologies, how the inventory shortage has affected that, has created, and we talked about it, honestly, guys, it's created some laziness. There's laziness in our process.
No way.
I know, right? Big surprise. And I think that is the next adversity. So that's going to be my question for you guys. How when inventory levels come back out, how do we ensure that we're still executing that customer experience, and does it change the whole process?
What I can tell you is, at one point we had 11 dealerships in California. We just sold them. We did okay with it.
Congrats.
And we're
Horrible time to sell.
yeah, exactly. We're recalibrating, and we're staying in the Southeast. We're going to be in Florida primarily, right? And but we had a lot of different franchises. We had anywhere from Subaru all the way up to Pagani, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I noticed as somebody who's in charge of operations, especially variable operations, is that like on the upper end where you made all the money, there's a lot of laziness. On the lower end where you weren't making any money and you're just blowing out of cars, it was a lot of laziness. Somewhere in between was the sweet spot where the work was. And there's been 24 months of like, I don't have to do follow-up.
Nope.
There's been 24 months of I don't have to, actually push that hard, because they have this mentality like if that guy doesn't want to buy it, then the person right behind him is going to buy it. And it's just as bad on the negative side too. So it'll be very interesting. But I think if you're focused as a leader for your organization on activities as opposed to results, I think you're going to get through
100%.
this. It's activities and attitude. Those are the two things that you can control. Everything else is outside of your control. You just have to deal with it.
And we have time to focus on that. That's what I think is amazing, right? Like, this is the time that we practice, all right? We hone in those skills, and when Gaiden Day comes, we got to be ready for it. And I think there's some amazing proactive dealerships. So you guys know some, I know some that are out there watching, listening right now that are doing this. My concern is not the majority is.
Thanks for tuning in to the Strategy with Jason podcast with your host, Jason Harris. Don't want to miss new content? Be sure to check out the full podcast library at strategywithjason.com to stay in the know. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Happy podcasting.